Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I have another massive trash talk. I've got like makeup that I'm decluttering, makeup that I've used. I've got skincare, like just a ton of stuff. I'll put timestamps down below. I feel like that's really helpful in case you don't want to see a certain category, but let's go ahead and start with skincare. So the first thing I have is the Hydrating Night Cream with Hyaluronic Acid from Derma E. I've been on like a use up my skincare samples kick, and I have to say for a hydrating night cream, this wasn't very thick and it didn't feel super hydrating, so I wouldn't recommend this. I also have another one of the Origins Ginseng Refreshing Eye Cream to brighten and depuff. I'm not someone who really needs brightening under eye cream or depuffing, so I don't really get what all the fuss is about with this, so I wouldn't buy it, especially after using two of these. It just didn't like wow me enough to want it. I also have the Belief the True Cream Aqua Bomb. This I have found is way too rich for my skin, and so I use it on my neck, and while I did like it on there, it didn't actually break my neck out or anything. I wouldn't buy a certain cream just for my neck. I don't feel like I want to do that at this particular moment in time. I also have the Clinique Pep Start Hydro Blur Moisturizer. This was weird. It felt more like a primer. Like it left my skin feeling a little bit I don't know what the right word is, but it feels like after I put a primer on, like it didn't feel overly moisturized. I could have used something else and then I could have put this on top. So I, again, wasn't super wowed by this. I have 7 of these LaFresh Travel Light Makeup Remover wipes. Again, my gym has been stocking these, so whenever I see them, I grab them, and we have been going to Maine like literally every weekend since June has started to do wedding planning stuff. I promise you guys, once July hits, a lot of you requested in my giveaway video, which I'll link up here if you haven't seen that yet, requested me to talk about like wedding stuff, and trust me, it has not been like a glamorous process, so I have a whole lot of stuff that I wish that I had known, or I wish that I had like known going into it. Maybe I wouldn't feel so like disenfranchised. I'm still very excited to be married, to be getting married, and to be engaged, don't get me wrong, but the industry, Ben and I are both kind of like struggling with, so I have many like a rant video or like an overview video to talk about with you guys, but I have used these whenever I go to Maine and they work great. I don't know how expensive they are. I wish I could get them in like an actual single package versus all these individual ones, but oh whatever. I've also got the Ole Henriksen Truth Serum. This, I found that the actual, like you can see here that this pump didn't really like get down to the very bottom of the product, so I had to take it off and pour it out. I've heard a lot about these. I think this is a vitamin C or like C complex serums. I've heard a ton about these, and everyone talks about how like great it is for your skincare routine. I didn't really get it. I didn't quite feel a whole lot of effects. Now maybe if I use this long term, it says to face and neck daily. I don't know if that's twice a day or once a day. I was only using it at night, but I don't know, this just didn't like sell me on it, and I've heard a lot about this. I hear a lot about the Drunk Elephant one too. If you've tried that one or this one, let me know what it's like supposed to do, because in all the videos where people rave about it, they don't really explain what vitamin C is meant for, and I know that I could Google it, but I haven't done that. I've also used the Kate Somerville Exfoliate Intensive Exfoliating Treatment. I don't like this. I don't like the scent of this. I don't think this is that amazing. I think that there are so many competitive exfoliators out in the market now that you don't necessarily need this. I personally feel like a lot of the things I've tried from this line are really expensive and not necessarily worth the hype, but that's just my opinion, so I'm glad this is gone. It's one less exfoliator that I have in my shower. I use the Sephora Waterproof Eye Makeup Remover with Cornflower Extract. I bought a full size of this because I think it's a decent formula, but I want to see how it works for a bit longer. I think it was like on sale, so I grabbed it. It's pretty expensive for eye makeup removers as far as they go. I have the Cover FX Custom Infusion Drops in Radiance. I'm pretty sure this broke me out and was too rich. I wasn't able to determine that until I used the whole thing up, so for that reason I wouldn't buy it. I've also got the Peter Thomas Roth Cucumber Gel Mask. I love this stuff. My skin responds really well to aloe, and I find that this mask is super quick, easy to put on, easy to take off. I really wish I had a full size of this. I'm not gonna buy a full size because I have literally so many mask products. but I wanted to work through some, like a few of my small ones, so that I would pull this out, and it definitely is a win. If your skin needs a little bit of extra refreshment or needs a little bit of clearing up and it responds well to aloe, this is an excellent product to use. I also have a little tiny toothpaste. It's the Crest Complete Whitening Scope Minty Fresh Striped. I don't normally include these in my empties, but I wanted to bring this in here because I really like this one. I liked the minty, refreshing taste of this, and it kind of like foamed up in my mouth, which I also felt was like a nice touch. So if I could ever coupon this, I probably would get it. I only buy toothpaste that I can coupon and get for basically free. Then I have a bunch of like little single-use items. I tried out the Suddenly Smooth Intensive Hand Treatment that I had picked up from Sally Hansen. These are not as good as the Sephora ones. They like left my hands feeling slightly moisturized, but the next morning it was like the Sahara Desert again on my hands. So I have one more of it, which I'll use it, but I won't repurchase them and I wouldn't recommend them. I just think the Sephora ones seem to be the most superior ones I've tried and are really competitive with their price, because a lot of places I look at, like at Target, they're $6 to $9, which Sephora ones are all $6, so it's just not worth it. Speaking of which, I use the Sephora Aloe Vera hand mask. This stuff is great. My hands have still been super dry even though it's mid-June. I think it might be the Bath & Body Works hand soaps I'm using, and I'm not gonna stop using those because I bought them, so I'm gonna get them, you know, completely used up. But I'm gonna try some non-Bath & Body Works ones to see if that changes the way my hands are, and if it does, it'll probably rule out me buying Bath & Body Works hand soaps in the future. I also use the Sephora Algae Face Mask. This was also nice. My skin responded well to it. I was having a little bit of a breakout down by my chin area, and it did help clear it up, so I'm happy with that. I also tried the Sephora Lotus Eye Mask. This is supposed to be moisturizing and soothing. I don't know. I don't think I'm like super into under eye masks. These just didn't feel like exceptionally moisturizing or like exceptionally soothing. They're also really big. If you look at the picture here, you can see like it goes all the way from your tear duct to like up near your eyebrow, which I don't know if I'm just not used to that. I don't know. But it was just nothing amazing. I've got a bunch of these for my Sephora Holy Sheet set. And I'm sure once I use them up, I don't think, unless any of them are magical, I'll actually buy them. I also use the Sephora Charcoal Nose Strip. I have a bunch of blackheads along the side of my nose and the top of my nose, and I recently had seen someone do a trash talk where they had used this and they were talking about how great it was, and I'm not big into these in general. I just never have found them to be amazingly effective, and so I was like, oh, well, I have that for my Holy Sheet set, like I'll pull it out and I'll use it, and it did absolutely nothing. I don't know if I just didn't do it correctly. I'm not sure, but it wasn't amazing, and I still have these blackheads. So if you have any recommendations for really good, effective ways to get rid of blackheads aside from like picking at my skin, please let me know in the comments below, because I am real curious and I'm just lacking some ability right now. All right, moving on to nail and hand items. I have used up 2 sets of fake nails. I have these impressed nails, which were the French manicure. The ones that I have left are ones that aren't enough for me to use for a 3rd set. There are 24 in these. I can use these twice because I don't have super like oddly shaped or large shaped nails, so I can basically get 2 rounds out of these, so I only end up with 4 left over. I love these. And then I wanted to try the Kiss ones in the short length. The medium ones are too claw-like for me, so I grabbed the ones that look like this. And now Kiss has some beautiful designs, but as per usual, I found that these were too hard and there's no give to them. What I mean by that, if I've never really explained it, is like if I were to go to like point at something or like try to like peel like a sticker off, there's give on these impressed nails. You can see here like when I bend, like there's give here. It's not gonna pop off. With the Kiss nails, there's no give. If I do that with a Kiss nail, it will pop right off. The plastic or whatever material they use for this is too hard. So I don't know if I'm just used to being too like overly rough or having the freedom to do whatever I want, so I'm not very careful. But after like a couple of days, I was popping nails off left and right. So finally I just popped them all off and decided to not use them anymore, which is a bummer because there are 28 nails in here and I only got like, I don't know, 4 days use out of these before I just decided to be done with them, and I won't buy any more Kiss ones despite like all the really beautiful patterns that they offer. Like they're really gorgeous, but It's just not gonna happen. Other things I have are the Whole Foods Dry Skin Hand Cream Peony Mint and Blackberry 20% Shea Butter. This I didn't think was amazing or outstanding. Again, it wasn't so like great that my hands didn't need to have lotion like the night and then into the morning. So I didn't love it. I also have the Arbonne Shea Butter Pomelo Grapefruit. Finished this up, thank goodness. I just don't think these are worth the money. I have a Fortune Cookie Soap FCS Land OCD hand sanitizer. Didn't like this scent, really didn't like this line, and I happen to have a ton of stuff from it, so I wouldn't buy it again. On to some like body items. I have my Monkey Business Whipped Cream from Fortune Cookie Soap. This was really enjoyable, like bakery scent. It just really was nice, and their whipped creams are always good quality. And then I have like a mystery looking perfume oil. I don't know what this is from, except from Fortune Cookie Soap, and that it was very much of a fall scent, but I used it at night and got rid of it. Okay, next up we've got some hair care items, or like shower items, I guess is what I'm gonna categorize this as. The first I have is the Rua Omega 9 hair mask. One of you had talked about how this was a nice product but not worth the money, and I highly agree with you. I was only able to get one use out of this, and it was nice, but it wasn't like amazing, where I felt like my hair was so soft, so I wasn't compelled to buy this. I also used up the Pure Silk Rich and Luxurious Shave Cream in Raspberry Mist. This is moisturizing with aloe. I appreciate this because they make the claim that this is a rust-proof aluminum can, and this has probably been in my shower for at least 3 months, and as you can see, it has held up great. No other brand, I think, has been able to achieve that. I always tend to have like rust or like some sort of ick on the very bottom of this, so I have a few of these that I had gotten couponing once, so I'm going to keep using them. I have the Christoph Robin. It's like Christopher Robin. This is a hair mask. I'm so glad I'm done with this stuff. This smells like old lady baby wipes. I don't know how I used this whole thing. It lasted me a really long time as a hair mask. This was nice, but the scent alone will deter me from ever wanting to purchase this. I used a Black Pearl exfoliating body wash. Don't like the scent of this. Of course, Fortune Cookie Soap sent me a sample of it. Another one of these in a recent order that I placed. I'll use it, but I just don't think it's great. I wouldn't use this as like my once a week exfoliating body wash. It's not scrubby enough, so it's more like a really soft, decent enough to use body wash. I also use 2 Fortune Cookie Soap soaps. I'm dwindling down my collection, which makes me really excited because I like have a lot of soaps, I've come to realize, and I'd like to really parse that down because who goes through bar soap like that quickly? Finally, for the shower category, I have the Pantene Pro-V Damage Detox Conditioner. This is a really nice conditioner. I like the Pantene conditioners a lot. Their shampoos, I think, are just so-so, but they make a real good conditioner. All right, let's move into wax items. I got a few candles, and then I have a ton of wax melts. I've been really into melting wax lately. I think it's because my collection of wax, like kind of out of nowhere, grew real fast, so I decided I should start melting it. So I used these Glade Hawaiian Breeze. These, I think I just let stay in my collection for too long. They came off as like a really waxy artificial scent, and they didn't last very long. Like I was literally putting 4 cubes in at a time, and I was barely getting a scent, so these are really no good. I also used the American Home by Yankee Candle Pink Island Sunset. This didn't wow me. The performance of these didn't wow me. The scent was like too much at first, and then as soon as it would like simmer off, it died. So it was like it was either too strong or I couldn't smell it at all. So I don't think I would buy this brand again. It's a bit pricier compared to Better Homes and Sensational, and it didn't really like seem worthy of being a higher price tag. I have the Yankee Candle Loves Me, Loves Me Not. Again, I think I let these all sit in the same box for too long because it really didn't have much of a scent. Like when I smell it, it smells like all of my Tarte smell, just like very generic floral, and I really couldn't smell this once it melted. Okay, on to Better Homes and Gardens. I used the Sunlit Strawberry Patch. This is very particular of a scent. I could not use this from start to finish. I had to break it up amongst other melts. This is in no way authentic. This is strawberry candy. Like if you know those strawberry candies with the green tops, I like this, but I don't like it. I have a very love-hate relationship. It's sickly, sickly sweet. So if you don't like scents like that, you're not gonna like this. I won't buy this again. I've really gotten my fill of it, but I did enjoy it and it performed really, really well. I've got the Peaches and Cream. Oh, this was good. This is peach candy, like those little peach rings. Oh, those are so tasty. This is exactly what those taste like. This smelled awesome. Again, performance was really good on this. I use this in my kitchen. I would totally buy another one of these, but like I said, I'm trying to use up a lot of my wax melts, and I have found that I'm somebody who, I don't like to double up on these scents. I get really sick of them really fast if I do that, and I want to enjoy this. So I'm going to wait maybe next year or maybe later in the summer if I come across this, I might be inclined to buy it. But if you have not tried this scent yet, or if you love peaches, it's an awesome scent. I've got the Warm Spring Sunshine. This, loved it, but it was so soft. It didn't have much of a scent throw, and so for that reason I wouldn't buy this one again, but I love the scent on cold. If it could have been that strong when it was actually melted, I think it would have been excellent. The last two wax melts that I have are my personal favorites. The first one is the Sunset Island Sands. Oh God, this was so good. I'm not one to do this, but I had this going in my bedroom and my living room at the same time, so like my whole apartment was smelling like this. It's so much better of a scent when it's melted and when it's warmed up. Like at first, like on cold, I like it, don't get me wrong. But then when it's melted, it just becomes the most amazing scent ever. I don't even know how to describe it to you guys, but it's just basically like a very nice floral, but it's not like aggressive in your face floral. It just, oh, this is a great one. I'm gonna actually probably repurchase this one and use it probably like real soon, because I loved it. It was intoxicating. Like I would melt it and I'd be like, oh, it's so relaxing. Like this is just an excellent one. I happened to like stumble upon one day. I hope I can find another one of these, because it performed better than it did on cold, and I never thought that would happen. Last one that I have is from Fortune Cookie Soap. It's Enchanted Rose. This was great. This was just like the Winter Rose candle that Bath & Body Works came out with this winter. I love this. It was super strong. It had rose petals in each one of the little wax pieces, which was nice to have. You can see here that the wax doesn't cleanly come out of the package. It's very soft, but the scent throw is great. It just goes and goes and goes, and I just really like this. Even though it's only 4 cubes, I only melt one at a time, and it could last me 2 weeks, one of these packages, which is a long time when we're talking like I can melt anywhere from 4 to 6 hours a night when I'm home, so I'm pretty impressed. I've got a couple of mini candles. I have this adorable size candle from Denver, Colorado. This is in the scent Wonder Woman, I think. You guys know my thoughts on these. I think the small candles are pretty useless to send. I had this on my makeup vanity, and it basically smells like fruit punch, and you could kind of sort of smell it here and there, but it wasn't super strong. And then I have the Novelly Yours soy candle for Park and Eleanor, which is a vanilla scent. I paired this up with the vanilla bean candle, and so I couldn't really tell if this particular version was good, but it did couple nicely with a vanilla candle already because it's not strong enough on its own. The other candles that I have, I have the DW Home Vanilla Bean 2-wick candle. Ben picked this up because he's obsessed with this scent, and it burned okay. I stopped burning it like the last, I don't know, 1/8 of it, because it started to smell just like sooty and not good, and it left a lot of residue on the side, but I feel like that's pretty typical of 2-wick candles from DW Home. They're just not the best. I feel like the 3 wicks are the best performing ones. Speaking of 3 wicks, I used up the Coconut Milk and Honey. This burned beautifully right down to the ground, like a little bit of sooting, I don't care. The scent was amazing. I had this in my bedroom as well, and it's just, again, such a soothing, relaxing scent. I have another one of the 3 wicks in this exact same scent, and if I can find any more of them. I haven't been to a TJ Maxx or a Marshall's in a while, but if I ever go to one and I come across it, I will happily buy it again because it's that good. Okay, now we're moving on to things I am just decluttering from my collection. This, again, I don't really film declutter videos because it just is very sporadic and strange when I decide I want to get rid of things. This time it was like a few blushes and single eyeshadows. So I'm finally ready to part with my Sephora waterproof spray blush. I talked about this last year in my like blush tag video, and this just doesn't like perform very well. I don't like it. I've kept it around like hoping maybe I could use it for something, but I'm finally just like tired of it and ready to let this go. This is one of the few items from Sephora that I didn't return. I think it was because I was hoping to keep it and threw away the receipt without having tested it first, and then now it's been like over a year since I've had this, so I'm not gonna bring it back. I'm just gonna get rid of it. I also have the NYX blotting powder in light medium. So I tried to use this as a setting powder because I've heard a lot of people talk about how under eye setting powders, it's sometimes a little bit better to use a colored one or basically to use like a foundation. So I have this in my collection from when I won that NYX prize pack probably 4 years ago at this point. And one, there's a ton of kickback with this, but two, it's super cakey. Like I didn't use a lot of this and it just, my skin looked terrible. So I was like, nope, not playing around with that. I didn't buy it. It was given to me in a giveaway. I'm gonna get rid of it. I was also looking through my concealers and there were just, unfortunately, 2 concealers that I have that are way too dark for my skin tone, and I've been holding on to them hoping I could find a way to use them, but there's just no point. The first one is the Fake Up from Benefit in medium. I have always wanted to try this, but it's just too dark for me. And I'm gonna let the dream die. And then I have the Well People, this is the Bio Correct. And again, this is supposed to be in like a natural light color, but as you can see here on the side, maybe you can pick up on like how dark that is. Homegirl doesn't look like that. Also getting rid of one of my Box Benefit blush brushes. That's hard to say. This is from my Coralista brush. I like pulled that out to use it and I was like, why do I still have this? I don't need this. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw it away. I've got a blush. This is from Ofra in Paradise Pink. I was obsessed with this for a while and I feel like it has maybe gone bad on me because when I use it on my cheeks, I can like kind of get a swatch. Like I can pick up product when I rub my finger here, but when I go to like get a swatch of it, there's barely any color. So I'm kind of just over it. I don't want to fuss around with it. It's not worth it to me. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. I have 2 single eyeshadows. I am coming to find that I don't think I'm a baked makeup person, or at least not a baked eyeshadow. I have this Jessie's Girl Mineralized Baked Eyeshadow Powder. Esmeralda is the shade name. So like it looks really pretty and really cool in there, and yet when I like go to use it, there's just no, like there's no real impact to it. So I don't want to mess around with it. It's just not worth it to me. And then I have another NYX product. I literally have so much NYX, it's not even funny. This is the Baked Shadow in the shade Cream, which I thought, oh, this would be nice for my lids. But again, it like doesn't really pack much of a punch. Like it just, not worth it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. I had pulled these out on a weekend to try something different with my makeup, and I just found that I didn't like them, so I put them in my trash. Last thing I'm decluttering, I'm actually kind of sad about because this is my own moronic fault. This is the Clio Professional eyeliner, and I'm the fool who used this and then like need to sharpen it. And I totally missed the whole like sharpener note that they had here, which was where you pull the sharpener off and you don't actually sharpen this point. You only sharpen the like inside here, like you twist this up and then you insert the actual, I don't know, ink, lead, I don't know what you call that, doesn't matter. And you would put this part in to sharpen. Well, I moronically put it into a regular sharpener. So you can see here that I've destroyed this, and I tried using it one weekend after the fact, and it just doesn't really work anymore, and it kind of hurts because those like plastic pieces are really sharp. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I'm bummed because I actually like this. It's one of the very few pencil liners I liked, but it can't work when you destroy something like an animal the way I did. Okay, lastly, we have makeup items that I have used up. There's actually like surprisingly a good number of them in here. So first we'll start with 2 chapsticks. I feel like I have not used up a whole chapstick in a very long time, and I realize it's because I have like 6 or 7 chapsticks I'm like working on at any one given time, which not the most efficient. First one I have is the Coola Lip Luxe Peppermint and Vanilla SPF 15 Sport. This was super emollient, and I would get what felt like way too much on my lips when I would apply little to no pressure, so wouldn't recommend this. Then I have the Nivea Kiss of Milk and Honey. This is very nice. I enjoyed it. I liked the scent. It felt very smooth on my lips. The only thing is, I've been hearing a lot lately about mineral oil and how that's a counteractive ingredient, that it doesn't really moisturize your lips. And I felt like with this, I would apply it and like 15 minutes later, I'd apply more of it. So I'm kind of curious to try out a non-mineral oil based lip product to see if it makes a difference. Just because I'm curious to know if that's just crazy talk or if it actually is legitimate. So I like this a lot. It's drugstore, but that is something to keep in mind. It's not the most moisturizing long-term ever. I have 3 eyeliners. They were all like kind of on their last legs, and then I just decided to use them up. So I have the CoverGirl Intensify Me and the Max Factor Masterpiece High Precision Liquid Eyeliner. People went real nuts when the Max Factor came to CVS, but I'm gonna be honest, these are made by CoverGirl, and you can see here I have Max Factor and I have the CoverGirl one, and they are the exact same. I know that they're owned by CoverGirl, or whoever owns CoverGirl, which might be Procter & Gamble. So when people got really excited and I was sent this one, and then I had purchased this one, I wasn't sure what all the hype was about, because it felt like we were getting the same products. They had just been packaged as CoverGirl in the US. So I don't know, didn't love the wand regardless. Then I have the Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Felt Tip Eyeliner and Serum. I'm kind of over these thick markers. I was into them for a very long time, but I think now I'm more into like the calligraphy type pen. This was just so-so. I don't like it as much as I think I used to. CoverGirl True Blend Liquid Makeup. This is in Ivory. I had never seen this before or heard of it. And I was in CoverGirl, I was in CVS, and I wanted to find another product similar to their like SPF 15, but I wanted something without SPF, so I grabbed this. I love this. This stuff is awesome. This is basically like a BB cream in the sense that it doesn't look super thick on my skin, but it provides like the best coverage. So I went through this real fast. The pump on here really wasn't that great. That's the one flaw I have with any of these CoverGirl glass foundations. I don't think the pumps are amazing, but I did buy another one of these in the exact shade. It's just really good, and if you haven't tried this one and you kind of want a BB cream but you want it to be a bit more than the average BB cream, I think you would really, really like this. I used the Skindinavia Makeup Primer Spray. Went short and sweet. It was really nice. It reminds me of the Urban Decay one, but I don't place orders online very often unless it's on Sephora's site, so I don't think I would buy this. Also used up my Too Cool for School Aqua Gel Mist. This stuff is great. I love it a lot. Have another one, working on it right now. This is my holy grail. Used the e.l.f. Daily Brush Cleanser. This stuff is also awesome. Again, works really well. The pump on this one kept like getting stuck. Like you can see there, it didn't like really pump effectively, but I still used it and I still like this product. I used up a tiny little lip product. This is the Lip Maximizer Collagen Active. I think it's from Dior. Yeah, Christian Dior in the shade 1. I picked this up as a 500-point perk with a few other like items from this line. This stuff is awesome. I pulled the stopper out, like I used it all up. It has like a nice minty plumping feeling and effect without being super aggressive and in your face, and it just makes my lips look so pretty. I would like to see, or at least swatch more of the colors to see if I could find a more like pigmented version. But this is totally on my Sephora wish list, and I would love to purchase this. Maybe at Christmas time, ask for it for Christmas if I can get through enough of my smaller lip products. I've got a bunch of this size. Also used up my Avon Mega Effects Mascara. This is like the quirkiest mascara ever. It's like a little paintbrush, but I totally forgot how much I loved this stuff. I would totally love to buy another one of these, but I have too many mascaras right now to work through. Because of the brush, there is a learner's curve to it. Because of the brush, you're able to really effectively get to all of your lashes and like pull them up as you are applying the mascara, so your lashes get really long but also really voluminous. They're not spidery. So I like this a lot. Like I said, it took me a little bit to get used to it, but this is maybe my 4th or 5th one of these. I've gone back and forth on it, like buying it and loving it, and then like trying something else and coming back to it. And again, like I said, I would love to buy another one of them, but I just have too many mascaras at the moment. The last thing I have is a massive dud. This is the Tarte High Performance Clay Paint Liner. Did not like this stuff. I found it hard to apply, and then it like didn't stay put on my eye, which I've never really experienced before. So I'm glad I tried the sample because I was really curious about this. I also love that they included this tiny little brush. I think it's a really thoughtful thing to have done, but this didn't work for me, so I wouldn't buy it. Alright guys, that was massive. I will try not to let these things pile up. With me traveling every weekend to Maine, it's been really hard to film, but I'd love to hear from you, to hear what you have used up lately, and I'll talk to you in my next video real soon. Bye.